Dr. Barry Ebert.
That's more like it. So welcome, everybody, to Wednesday Night Live. So good to see you all. Welcome, everybody that's joining us online, and we're glad that you're here tonight. We got an incredible lineup. We brought in the Mile High All-Stars tonight. We got Tom and Jennifer. Yeah, Susan, Josh, Kent, the doctor, and Rob over there on the piano. So you're in for a treat. We got some good music, and we're going to celebrate. All right, we're going to celebrate. Tonight's a milestone, and we're kind of letting go of Wednesday Night Live in its present form for a while, and just waiting and opening for something greater to emerge, and knowing that it will. But tonight we're celebrating, and it's good to be here with my friends, and good to be here with all of you too. Everybody pumped? You guys pumped? You're up for it? Okay. So expecting to rock out. We got a couple of busloads of people from the outlying farming community that will be coming in here soon. So it's going to be nuts. So please welcome, if you would, the Mile High All-Stars right here.
Thanks, everybody. We are so happy to be here together. Wednesday Night Live means a lot to all of us. Most of us have been doing this for many, many years, and you'll probably hear a little bit more about that tonight. But we just want to say thank you all for supporting Mile High Church in general, and thank you for allowing us to serve you. So as we reinvent and reinvigorate and revision for Wednesdays for the rest of the year, we just want to say tonight that answer is going to be found, and we will find the answer together. So send your questions, comments, and everything. It's a group creative process. So please, leave a comment, send an email, whatever you want, because we want to serve you mostly. We want to make sure we're serving the community, and I'm part of that. I know you are. So we want to start by singing a song together called Lost at Sea, or I Will Be Found. It doesn't matter where you roam, when no one's left to call you home. I might have strayed a bit too far. I'm counting all the moonlit stars. I'm a little lost at sea. I'm a little birdie in a big old tree. Ain't nobody looking for me here out on the highway. But I will be found. I will be found when my time comes down. I will be found. Some nights I think it's all okay. Sometimes I throw it all away. I saw your face and I could tell my ghost had left the town as well. I'm a little lost at sea. I'm a little birdie in a big old tree. Ain't nobody looking for me here out on the highway. No, but I will be found. I will be found when my time comes down. I will be found. Yeah. I'm a little lost at sea. I'm a little birdie in a big old tree. Ain't nobody looking for me here out on the highway. Maybe I'm a runaway train. Maybe I'm a feather on a hurricane. Maybe it's a long gray day, but maybe it's a good thing. 'Cause I will be found. I will be found when my time comes down. I will be found. So I'll keep running till my running's gone. Keep riding till I see the dawn, and I will be found. I will be found. I will be found. Thank you. So, a lot of us were talking earlier, and we mentioned that our first time performing music at Mile High was on a Wednesday. And that's the same for me. I sang with Ann Achenbach. My very first day here, I was singing with Annie, and we sang the prayer. And then soon after that, I sang with Jennifer and found somebody who suddenly made me sound good, no matter what kind of a day I was having. And so adding Jennifer's voice to mine, it's one of those things where the total is greater than the sum of its parts, right? And I just want to say thank you, Jennifer, for singing with me for so long.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for singing with me. I think Tom and I grew up, in different states away from each other, but in the same era and time. And when we first met, one of the artists, he played a song for me, and he said, "Do you know who this is?" And I said, "I don't." And he said, "I'll bet it's one of your favorite singers." And then he told me it was Donny Osmond, and I said, "You're right." Because Donny Osmond still sounds amazing. So this is a song by Donny Osmond, and I just love to hear Tom sing this song, and I love to sing with him on this song. So here you go.
There will always be a dream in the heart of each beginner, like the promise of 1,000 springs, hidden deep inside each seed. And in spite of what is lost, you are born to be a winner. From the moment you remember, believing forever. One dream, one hope, one chance to make a miracle of grace unfold like wings we hold, reaching from the heart, waiting for that spark of one dream. There will always be a place for the love we have between us. Many languages, but just one voice, and the wish for peace the only choice. And may the boundaries melt away. May the light of faith redeem us. For it's only when we learn to trust we follow together. One dream, one hope, one chance to make a miracle of grace unfold like wings. We hold one dream, one hope, one chance to see a miracle of grace unfold like wings. We hold. Feel it in the air. All this world has seen. 'Cause each of us will always share one dream.
I told you he sings it real pretty, didn't I? So we are standing on the precipice, right? We are standing on the precipice of big changes. You know, it's a big change. It's a big thing to let go of in a way that we serve weekly, you know, and to allow something new, something different, something more relevant, something other, right? Something else to be created in its place. And so I'm standing in faith in that, knowing that it's all good, that when one door closes, another one opens, and it's usually a prettier color, that door, the next one. So we just have to wait for it to appear, and we have to be willing to listen and create and co-create and show up to do it. So I'm looking forward to that, and I know that this change tonight is just there's something like being called, and so we're heeding the call, we're listening, and we're gonna dive right in.
Yeah.
There's a fire inside, you can feel it burning. It's a neon light glowing like a furnace. And the night is long, but the world keeps turning. You gotta know it, it's not the end. Every new sunrise is one step closer. It's a sign in the sky that the fight's not over. So face the world, it's now or never. This is your moment, let it begin. This could change everything. Can you feel it now? Something's in the air. This could change everything. I know we're gonna know it when we get there. No more waiting, I'm taking the chance. This could change everything. Let it begin. See the world outside in Technicolor. Be the one who wants to paint outside the numbers. Like a child who is lost in wonder. I don't want to lose it, I'm breathing it in. This could change everything. Can you feel it now? Something's in the air. This could change everything. I know we're gonna know it when we get there. No more waiting, I'm taking the chance. This could change everything. Let it begin. You can feel it coming like a flood. Wash over us, wash over us. Let the future we've been dreaming of wash over us. You can feel it coming like a flood. Wash over us, wash over us. Let the future we've been dreaming of wash over us. This could change everything. Oh, this could change everything. Oh, this could change everything. Can you feel it now? Something's in the air. Oh, this could change everything. I know we're gonna know it when we get there. No more waiting, I'm taking the chance. This could change everything. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin.
Yeah, let it begin. Jennifer Burnett, Tom Litch, sounded pretty good. And the Mile High All-Stars, they'll be back. They got more to do. And great for me to be here. Dr. Michelle was going to be here tonight, but she's a little bit under the weather. So she went to the bullpen, and we're wishing her all the best, sending her love. And but it's great for me to be here. I started on Wednesday night here doing music too, many, many years ago. I had written a Christmas song, and I asked Jack Castle, who was the music director then, if he would listen to it, and he did, and said, "Yeah, why don't you make out a chart for that and bring it in, and we'll take a swing at it." So I thought, well, I'll have to figure out how to do that. So I went home and just pretended like I knew what I was doing, and I just really worked on it, make sure it was right. And then I came back, and I was just amazed at how well it sounded with people who knew what they were doing. And so, that was the beginning of it for me. And Jill was playing then too. So it's been a treat to do so many Wednesdays, and certainly have done a lot of Wednesdays with Susan right there. Susan has been in the Mile High Wednesday night group for 39 years. Yeah. Started when she was just 6 years old. You wouldn't think she could hold a bass up then, but she could. And but yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. But I know that it's good. I know that good stuff is coming our way. We're just making some changes because the world is shifting. We're going through a lot of changes, and we're going through a time of moving into the unknown. So that's kind of what my talk is about tonight, is about leaving the shore. A lot of the things that we're comfortable with, that we're used to, a lot of those things are kind of going away now. So we're gonna keep creating. One of the things I love about this teaching, the Science of Mind, is it's a teaching of creativity. It's that we are co-creating with the living spirit right now. And there are things available to us that we don't know about. So we want to be open to that higher expression that is always available to us. And I just love being around people who are positive, like these people who are in the band here. I always love coming here and playing music with these folks because they just got a good attitude. They're positive and they know the good things are coming. So you're all going to know that with us, right? We'll be back stronger than ever. So, one of the things that I always think about with this teaching is Ernest Holmes, who wrote the book The Science of Mind at the end of the 20s, and was teaching out in California in the 30s, the late 20s and 30s, and he was writing about prosperity and creativity at a time when other people were jumping out of windows because the economy was so bad. And he brought a different idea about things. And one of the things that he talked about was when things look bad that's not the time when we want to desert ship. That's the best time for us to work. And he said this, And I think it's important in the time we're in now. To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that we do not know the truth. When things look the worst, that is the supreme moment to demonstrate to ourselves that there are no obstructions to the operation of truth. When things look the worst is the best time to work, the most satisfying time. The person who can throw themselves with complete abandon into the limitless sea of receptivity, having cut loose from all apparent moorings, is the one who will always receive the greatest reward. So that's what we're doing now. We're just kind of leaving the shore, and we're striking out on a new adventure. And I think that's true for all of us in this time. You know, the world that we have created with information technology, there are so many things trying to get into the headlines. I was thinking of that this morning of, the COVID just shut down the world a couple of years ago. Now it's coming back, but we got no room for it in the headlines because we're kind of tired of that now. We're tired of that. And there are certainly plenty of things to go around to catch our attention. So I think as we strike out on a journey into someplace new, as we set our sails for someplace new, there are certain things that we need to take with us. And I think one of the most important things for me has always been the compass. I've always been attracted to the metaphor of the compass. I worked for quite a while as a land surveyor. When you go out into the woods with a map or with a quad map, and back in the days when they had compasses, this is before GPS, that's how you would find your way. And for centuries, sailors found their way by following the stars and then by following a compass. And there were just mysterious ways that people learned how to find direction. And I think the compass that we always have is our intuition. Another thing I love about this teaching is it really leans into intuition, the importance of intuition. Emerson, Holmes talked about that the intuition is actually greater than our intellect. It bypasses the intellect. It's a connection from our heart to the heart of spirit, connection from our mind to the one mind. We've all felt it at different times, that intuitive hit when we know something is right or we know something is wrong. And I think we're being called in this time to lean into our intuition. And it's our spiritual practice that connects us with our intuition. Gives us the opportunity to see clearly through all the stories that are around us, through all the things that are dancing for attention in our world, that we can find our way. And intuition is the way that we do it. And I think intuition is the way that we get a bearing. We find our sense of direction and we go in a certain way. And we set out. And we're going to make mistakes. And a lot of times it's the mistakes we make and the wrong turns that actually get us to where we're headed all along, but we just didn't know it. I've started doing more parenting workshops now. Parenting is coming back. I've been teaching parenting for over 30 years here and in other places all over the Front Range. And thank you, Barry. It's all yeah. I still love it, because there's nothing like being a new parent. It's a captive audience. Oh my God, what do I do? Because they don't come with manuals, those little people, and they just keep challenging us. So I love being in a room full of parents. It's really fun. And one of the things we always say on the first night of the workshop is we want our kids to make lots of mistakes. And I tried to get people to repeat that after me. Everybody, we want our kids to make lots of mistakes. Yeah, and there's usually not a lot of enthusiasm for that particular statement. But the thing is, we do want our kids to make lots of mistakes because that's how they learn. That's how they grow. That's how they wind up in the places where they ought to be. And I think all of us in here can probably say that we learned more from the things that we did wrong than from the things we did right. Wouldn't you agree with that? Yeah. Sometimes it's painful. But that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And a lot of times it takes us to a road that we hadn't planned on before. And I think it's something that parents just have to get more comfortable with letting their kids make mistakes. But I think that's how Spirit really operates with us. I think that we come here, our souls come here to learn, our souls come here to grow, to experience, and to make mistakes. And the main thing is we don't want to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Not that any of you would do that, but you know people who have. But we learn from our mistakes, we grow from them. And I think that Spirit gives us the opportunity to move in directions that we hadn't seen before. And sometimes, I was thinking about that today. So I was getting ready to come here to talk. The Wednesday Night Live thing we've been doing for a long time, and we're just in a place where we need to shake it up, where we need to come to someplace different. And giving it the opportunity to breathe and to open up, something different is going to come. So we set out on one bearing, but we might wind up in some place we hadn't been planning on. This is a thing that I love that was written by David White. Some things cannot be spoken or discovered until we have been stuck, incapacitated, or blown off course for a while. Plain sailing is pleasant, but we are not going to explore many unknown realms that way. So the way that we find new places is having the courage to leave the shore. They always talk about that place for a sailor when they've left the shore and they've gone so far out into the ocean that they can't see any shore. And then they have to trust their compass. They have to trust their stars. They have to trust their navigation. And I think that's where we are. Not only with this thing that we're talking about tonight, with this Wednesday Night Live service, but with our culture. We are coming to the limits of being divided. Our teaching here is about oneness, which seems like a call in the wilderness sometimes, doesn't it? The old oneness thing. Whatever happened to oneness? Because we have placed a lot of emphasis on division. And I think what Spirit is calling us to is to find a higher truth. And we're being challenged in that way, in all aspects of our lives, to find a higher truth, to find things that we can work on together. Because there's always going to be divisions. There's always going to be problems, just like in Ernest Holmes' time, that there was the Great Depression. People didn't see any way through that. And yet he kept writing positive things, kept gathering people together to work on things, kept teaching about the power of affirmative prayer. And that's still where we gain our power. Still where we gain our power is in affirmative prayer. It's the bedrock of this teaching. How we connect ourselves with the power is so much greater than we are. So much wiser than we are. And yet we have access to it. We can work with it. We can see things that are bigger. That's the thing that our spiritual practice does for us, is to slow us down. And I know that we all have trouble doing that, turning our mind off, because we got so much rattling through our minds all the time, so many things are calling for our attention, and when we try to close our mind down for a couple of minutes, like, hey, what about me? Come on, what about me? Think about me. Think about all this other stuff. But I think when we connect with that higher aspect of ourselves, we're going to find our way through, and we're going to be able to create together. We're going to be able to see together a way through these times that seem to be so charged with division. And I think there is a deeper story unfolding right now. as we leave the shore of where we are. You know, COVID has really launched us into a different place, hasn't it? You know, that time of being closed down and everybody being in their own cocoon. There was a gift to that, but we missed each other. We missed each other. And I think that's one of the important things about this place, keeping this place going, why it's so important. I always love coming here and seeing people, seeing my friends, meeting new people, people that are interested in working on things, because we can do better. Most of us, wound up here. Washed up on the shore here is the way that I like to put it. Anybody else washed up on the shore here? That's how we got here. And that's why we want to keep the doors open so other people can wash up on the shore here. Find a home. Listen to some good music and some good talks and study. First thing I heard when I came here from Dr. Fred was, I know what a bunch of screw-ups you people are because I'm just like you. And we can do better. And I thought, I get that. I get that. So I think we can still do better. I think that we can still evolve and grow. The changes that have happened in the church world have happened to all kinds of churches because we fell out of the habit of being together. We got into our own worlds. But I think there's something that pulls us back together. And I think it's spirit. I think it's a sense of oneness. And I think it's also a sense of service. That when you gain something from a place like this that I have, I've gained so much from being here, gained so much from raising our kids here, that I want to give back. That I want to be a part of welcoming other people here. I want to be a part of seeing more kids grow up here. That's been the greatest part, the greatest gift for me is seeing so many kids grow up here, go out into the world, really equipped to make a difference in the world. And the kids that have grown up here that I know, they're not talking about how much money they're making, they're talking about how much they serve. Things that they want to do to be a part of something bigger. They see solutions. They see opportunities. And they're willing to make changes. And I love that. I love being a part of that. Because it's great to look into a bright future. Now that got a couple of granddaughters in our family, I'm pretty concerned about the future. I want a great future for them. I'm willing to work towards that. I think that's a big part of what we're about here too, is creating with spirit the next thing. I remember a few years back, Dr. Michael Beckwith was here, and he was talking about that we're always hearing that we got to save the world. We need to save the world. And he said, we're not here to save the world. We're here to open up to a paradigm of greater connectedness, greater openness, greater love. That's what we're here to do. There's a greater world that's unfolding, and we want to be a part of that. You know, that power that Ernest Holmes always talks about, he said that it's not a mystery. There is no mystery here, but a profound fact and a demonstrable one. The road to freedom lies not through mysteries or occult performances, but through the intelligent use of nature's forces and laws. The law of mind is a natural law in the spiritual world. And the journey that we're on is a spiritual journey. It seems sometimes that it's a political journey, and that the only way that we can get things done is through politics. But I think there's a great illusion there. We have always gotten things done through small groups of people who are passionate, small groups of people who are committed, small groups of people who had the courage to lead and to get other people moving. And that's still how we're going to do it. That power that is available to us. I heard someone say here, was speaking at the church, politicians are looking for a parade to jump in front of. I love that. We still have that freedom to create. We still have that freedom that is God-given to us. It's always been a part of us, and that's what the gift of freedom is. And as we leave the shore and set out for unknown places, that gift of being able to connect, that gift of being able to use spirit in our lives to create something bigger and to not get trapped in small stories is an important thing. You know, in that unknown thing of not being quite there yet, there's an excitement there. I remember reading Thomas Edison, who was famous for trying so many different ways to get a light bulb to work, and most of them failed. All of them failed until he came up with the right one. And then it was like that big moment. But what he said was, and he invented a lot of different things, he said, at that moment before I've discovered something that the world calls success, that is the most exciting to me. Before I have found what the world calls success. To be in that process of discovery and to be in that process of connection with something bigger. So the last thing I want to talk about tonight is courage. The courage to go forward. The courage to move from where we are to the next place. You know, that idea that we can do better. We can do better. And when things seem to be stalled or we're not sure what's going next, we can lean in individually and work together. I think that's where we are as a community now. That's what this shift is about tonight. It's been so difficult for us to make this shift of letting Wednesday Night Live go, because we've been at it for a long time. And we love it. We love coming here and making music, giving talks, being with people. And it'll be back. But we've got to have a certain amount of courage to let it go and to know that something better is opening to us. So can you hold that with us? Yes. All right. All right. So that's the truth about where we are. And I was just thinking back to when we got started with this thing long ago. Wednesday Night Live actually began in, I think it was 1975. That's when Dr. Fred was the senior minister here and wanted to come up with something to invigorate Wednesday Night Live. He saw a couple of people singing out in a club and thought, I'd like to bring them in, see how that goes. And it was the Castles, Jack and Jill Castle. I think we got a picture of them up here. There they are, right there. Yeah. And they came in and started singing on Wednesday nights, brought other people in to fill this band out. And we got another picture of them in their next incarnation. And that's the reason we're here. They gave me a start. They gave Kent a start. One of the things I always say is if Kent actually knew how to sing, none of us would be here. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for that voice that he has that we don't have to listen to, but it gave us all an opportunity. And so I want to honor Jill Castle right here too, who was a big part of getting this thing going. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. She was there that first night when I came back and played, handed Kent and Jill and my chart that I've worked on so much, and they played it through, and I was just stunned by how good it sounded. Then when I came back and sang at the service, it sounded even better. And they were just so encouraging and so positive, and it was great working with both of you. So thank you very much for the gift that you brought here, which is continuing to evolve. And another picture that we have here is of a band that was part of this. You remember these people right here? Susan Mikulich, who's still over there. She's up on the stage right now. Yeah. And Kent Rautenstrauss, Freddie Rodriguez Jr., Darren Johnson, played here for many, many years over in the Vote Center, and then came here to be a part of moving into this place when we started having a band every Sunday and every Wednesday. So we have gone through many incarnations. We will go through many more, and we will get stronger. And so I want us all to know that. And it's been a great adventure for all of us to be here. You know, what Tom was talking about, the gift of singing with Jennifer, it's been a great gift for me to sing with Jennifer and Tom here and to make music with these guys in the band. It's always just fun, is what it is. It's always just fun. So I want to wrap this group up there in love, and we will do more of that as time goes on. But what I would like right now is for you to just join me in prayer as we pray for the success of this place we call Mile High Church, this service we call Wednesday Night Live, this idea we call the science of mind. We open right now to the presence of the living Spirit. There is a power, there is a wisdom, there is a strength and a courage far beyond what we can imagine. And it is alive everywhere. It is alive in each of us. And we can use it. It seeks to express itself through us. When we slow down and listen and use our intuition. When we gather together and support each other in a place like this. When we commit to doing better. To learning from where we are, to growing from where we are. To opening our hearts. And to know that God is still on the scene. God's still got us. So I give thanks right now for all those people who have come before us on whose shoulders we stand. All the ministers, all the musicians have poured their hearts into this place. Have raised our spirits. Who've stayed positive through so many changes. We will do that. We will continue to do that. I give thanks for each person who is listening tonight, whether you're here in the room or you're online. This is a great adventure we're on together. And I affirm and I know that is unfolding for us in beautiful ways beyond our ability to even imagine. That is the truth. For this I give great thanks. And so it is. Amen.
It's on.
Coolest part about getting called in to play or to talk tonight was Tom said, well, if you want to sing something, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I said, why not? Everybody's here. So I thought I'd do something we could all sing together, all right? This is probably one of the first songs I ever played on a Wednesday night. And most of you know the words because if you've been in my class, you've heard me say it before. How many of you have taken classes from Dr. Barry? And you came back anyways. God bless you. God bless you. See, there's hope. So we're going to do a song called One Ocean. I hope you'll sing loud. On an old road, singing a new song, bouncing back and forth in time, and I'm trying just to hum along. These mystical connections that keep happening to me. I finally got the gates unlocked and I'm running free. Standing by the ancient shrine, looking up at a satellite. Thinking back to another time so strange, but it feels so right. I am not this little man drifting on my own. A body wrapped around an ancient soul headed home. We are one ocean. The waves roll on and never stop. One ocean, and the ocean is in every drop. In every drop. The feeling doesn't go away. This joy we found is here to stay, and we're on our way to higher ground. We're really not so far apart. We're traveling from head to heart. And though the ways are many, there's just one destination. We are one ocean, from the bottom to the top. One ocean, and the ocean is in every drop. One ocean. We are one ocean. Everybody go when the spirit calls them to the flow. Somehow you know we need not be afraid, but we will find our family where the rivers run into the sea. Stretching endlessly we can see we are one ocean. We are one. There you go. Thank you, Tom and Jennifer, for joining in there. Yeah, thank you. How about a hand for the Mile High All-Stars? Yeah, thank you much. Thank you all for being here, too. We're going to take an offering now. I don't think people walk around with baskets. Do they do that on Wednesday night? We don't do that. We text. That's what we do. We text. It's the one time when it's okay to take out your cell phone. And it's the only time.
That's not true, Barry. A cell phone is an extension of my brain and my being, I think, so I need it all the time. I need it.
So you know all the different ways to give. Small unmarked bills is the best way. If you could just leave those under your chair, that'd be great. But otherwise, we're just glad that you're here, and we thank you for all the support that you've given us over the years and tonight. And we're going to keep on going. And we got some stuff that I'll tell you about that's coming up on Wednesday nights too. But right now, we just open to the power of the living Spirit right here in our lives. And I give thanks for the flow of abundance that continues to show up in our lives in so many different ways. And I give thanks for the power of this teaching, the power of this place, and the love that we feel here together. And so it is.
Thank you, Barry. So as our offertory, we're going to go back to Barry's talk and the idea that we are here to connect with each other and to change the world and make a positive change. And just the tapestries on the wall remind me that we are about here at Mile High the golden thread of truth that goes through all religions, knowing that there are many paths because there is only one destination. And our religion is kindness. Our church is nature. This is a place where we can come together knowing that we are all created equally in the eyes and mind of the divine. So when that's what brought me here. That's how I washed upon this shore. And when I first started here, my kids were in elementary school, and now they're in graduate school, and in the workforce. And so I would really love to encourage all of you to go ahead and do what I said before. And you know, my email address is tlich@milehighchurch.org. You can send me any ideas that you have, any needs that you have. Because my children now are in the field of service. One is becoming a therapist. The other works for Colorado Health Network, serving an amazing community of people who need health care. My wife works for a nonprofit, for Children's Hospital. I work for this nonprofit. We are all of service, so let us know how we can serve you, okay? And together we're going to sing Change the World. If I could reach the stars, pour one down for you, shine it on my heart, so you could see the truth, that this love I have inside is everything it seems. But for now I find it's only in my dreams that I can change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change the world. If I could be king, even for the day, I'd take you as my queen. I'd have it no other way. And our love would rule this kingdom we have made. Till then I'd be a fool, wishing for the day that I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe.
Yeah. One more time for this incredible group of musicians right here. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Holding down the bass for 39 years. And thank you, Jill, for starting this party. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have some stuff coming up. Reverend Josh has already started a thing called Insight, and we'll be doing some ministers will be doing some short talks online and doing some meditations and stuff like that. So we'll have stuff coming up on Wednesday, and we'll create something great. I know that, and I don't have to know what it is. I just have to have faith that it's coming. So that's happening, and let's see what else. If you got prayer requests, you can put those in online. And I think that's good. I think that's good. Did everybody have fun? Yeah. All right, we'll stand up and sing with the band. Once again, thank you all for being here. And the best is yet to come.
I really